Okay, I think I'm live. Hey guys, I've just come back from the south of France. If I wasn't brown, there'd be something wrong. Hey YP. Hot, yeah, really hot. Got a fan by the side of me. Hey Chip, SW. Okay, thank you for coming in. I'm going to leave it a few minutes before I start. Stripping. No, I'm not stripping. No. I got clothes on. I think that was a really good idea that you had about selling off Bob's underwear after he's done his bike ride, though, IP. We could definitely get quite a few XRP if you sold them to the Japanese. Apparently, it's all the rage out there. So it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. I've spent many a time laughing at some of the stuff you come up with. I know, Chip, but you know, he comes up with some of the best ideas. Ask him about the midgets. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else to that. Oh, cool. Right, so don't think. Hey, Paul. I don't think I'm going to get many people in. I think the majority of people, I think, will watch this after it's uploaded, because I've got no idea what the time is elsewhere. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK. So I thought if I did that, then I wouldn't encroach on other people's streaming or anything like that. But I've been planning on doing this for a while. It's a week since I got scammed. So basically, I had to let the emotion die down before I could talk about it, because it's embarrassing, of course, to have been scammed so stupidly. But also it's, you know, to admit that you lost quite a bit of money to anybody. I haven't even told my family. I just hope they aren't following me, because if they are, they're going to know all about it. Right, so basically how I was scammed. It was my Pundy X. I was going to sell down some of my Pundy, and I was going to move the rest of it over into... Hi Rose. I was going to move the rest of it over into the Piggy Power with BitTrue, and just basically try and make some money on that, because I had it on the Pundy X wallet and I had staked it, but basically it wasn't really doing much. You get you don't even get Pundy back. You get some other coin that is quite bizarre, and they're not really worth much. And to be honest, I thought it'd be safer to have it in the Piggy Power. Sorry, I'm having a bad hair day. I'll just wash my hair and it's too fluffy. So yeah, so basically that's where I was. So I went onto the Pundy X wallet, and I couldn't work out how to unstake my Pundy X to move it to BitTrue. And I tried everything, tapped on loads of stuff, kept going around in circles. So I'd previously gone onto the Telegram, onto the Pundy X official page, and got some help with other stuff there. So I thought, right, I'll go back in there and ask the question. So I went back in, caught up with one of the mods that I'd seen on there before. He said, DM me. So I DM'd him. And he said, right, what's the problem? So I told him what the problem was. And he asked the question, what's your email address? Didn't think, just passed it over to him. So I know you don't give out your information, but I thought I was talking to a mod. And this is what I need to get people to understand. See, on Twitter, if you look very carefully at the names, you can see when somebody isn't who they say they are, because you look at their @ and, you know, there might be an I, a 1 instead of an I or something, but it's not quite exactly the same. On Telegram, it is. So what somebody had done is they had shadowed, replicated, whatever you want to call it, the mod that I'd seen in there by quite a bit. And I actually thought I was talking to this Marcus LeBlanc or whatever his name was. Hold on. Jason XRP. Jason, I'm fine. Listen, I'm actually doing a live stream at the moment. Yeah, I'll give you a call afterwards. I'll speak to you in a bit. Jump on. All right, take care. Bye. Bye. Fucking typical. That was my ringtone. That was Jason XRP. I've been trying to get in touch with him to find out how he is, because I haven't seen him on Twitter for a while. So, and he's in he's the guy that speaks for COAT, which is one of the GSG charities. Really nice guy, lives down the road. But anyway, so sorry. So basically, I was on the DM chat with this guy that I thought was, hi James, that I actually thought was the mod on the PandyX official website. So I gave him my email address, and he said, yep, okay, how can I help you? So I said, look, having trouble, how the hell do I do this? And he said, told me how to do it. The one button I hadn't actually pressed. Hey Jason. So basically it's the one button I hadn't pressed, and it unstaked my PandyX. So basically he said, oh, you know, what are you going to do with it? Are you taking it out the wallet? And I said, yes, I'm going to put it somewhere where it can grow better, and I'll need to take some money out. So he said, well, basically we've got a special deal here. So it might be something that we can do for you. I can see you've got quite a bit of PandyX in there. Why don't we put together a special deal for you as a valued customer? So I thought, oh, that's really nice. So I said, well, you know, what do I need to do? And he said, well, I'll call you. So I gave him my telephone number. And again, not thinking. And then I went, well, actually, I'm in France, so it might not be a good time to call, not knowing where you are. So he said, oh, all right then, well, let us know when you're back. And I went, okay, fair enough. So again, thought I was talking to the mod. So he touched base with me a couple of times over the next, I don't know, just over a week. And then he got back in touch. I was due to fly home on the Friday night, and he got back in touch and said, you know, safe travels and everything. So he was being really attentive. I thought it was just really good customer service, and that's how it. But it was over a longer period of time. So, and I didn't think. I didn't think. So anyway, so I got stuck in France for 3 days. I was out of my mind. You know, they cancelled my flight on Friday night, and it was midnight before they cancelled it. And then they basically turned around and said, there's nothing they can do. They can't book us into a hotel. We have to go and find our own hotel. I didn't have any money, obviously, because I'm not working. I'd gone on a shoestring. And I was completely out of my mind with worry on what I was going to do. So we were chatting. So again, didn't think anything of it. Eventually, I managed to borrow some money off my mum to book into a hotel, and woke up on the Saturday morning on my own in a strange place, which usually I'm fine with, but because I was expecting to have been home, I actually had an event booked that day to sell my magnet jewellery, so I missed that. It was a day's work, so I was pretty pissed off, and yeah, so I've been chatting, as you do, thinking he was just a really nice guy and being very attentive. So anyway, I came home, got home on the Monday, couldn't get a flight before the Monday, so I was stuck from Friday to Monday, and was so relieved when I got home. Come back into loads of shit, which I won't go into, but and spent most of Tuesday trying to sort that out, trying to work out what I was going to do, you know, plans within plans within plans. You know, I've always got a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and I think I'd got to about plan C at that point. Part of my plan E, as you can see behind me, bunk beds. I'm taking in foreign students now. So basically, he contacted me on the Tuesday, said, "Are you back okay?" "Yeah." "Have you got time?" "No." Okay. So it got to the Wednesday. So on the Wednesday, Jonathan, okay, quick recap. Okay, right, sorry. So basically what happened was, I've got 1.5 million Pundy X sitting in a Pundy X wallet. Was going to move it over to the Bitrue to do the Power Piggy, High Notorious. And then basically I couldn't work out how to unstake it. I'm not stupid, but technology does get me sometimes, and I am pretty much a technophobe on quite a few bits and pieces, even though I sound like I know what I'm talking about most of the time. It's because I practice and practice and practice until I get it right. So basically, couldn't work it out, went into the Telegram channel. They'd helped me before and other stuff. Got chatting with a mod on DM, who had, first of all, asked me to confirm my email address before he could help me. So didn't think twice. It was a mod that I'd seen in there on plenty of occasions. So basically, I trusted that he was who he said he was. I was on holiday in France at the time, and basically, I was distracted. I mean, there's no two ways about it. I wasn't being as diligent as I should have been. So anyway, so he only had my email address, so didn't think twice about it. He told me how to do it. So, hey, Carolina. So he showed me how to do it. I managed to unstake it. He asked me, basically, was I moving it? I said, I'm selling down some, moving the rest of it so that I could make a bit more. He then turned around and said, well, I could come up with a deal for you. A few days later, I could come up with a deal for you if you want, because, you know, you've got quite a few Pundy X. I'll take it he was taking a punt at that point because he couldn't see my actual account. You know, as a valued customer, so I didn't think anything of it. And then basically he asked me for my telephone number so he could phone me about the deal. I was in France, gave him my telephone number and said, oh no, actually you're probably not calling from Europe, so it's going to cost me a fortune. Please don't talk to me when I'm back. So didn't think anything of it, but yada yada yada, got stuck in France. Was out my mind with worry. He kept in touch, was really nice. I thought it was excellent customer service. Back in England on the Monday night, Tuesday, massive problems, got to the Wednesday, and now we're all caught up. So basically, on the Wednesday, he contacted me and said, have you got time now? So I went, do you know what? You've been so good, really nice, you know, and so attentive, you know, great customer service, I'll tell you what, you've got 15 minutes of my time. Do you need to ring me? He went, well, actually, no, I can email you the offer. I've got your email address here. Just need to go through some security with you. I'm going to generate a code just to make sure it's you that I'm talking to. Generate a code and send it through. And that's how I got the codes. So he sent me through, and he turned and said, right, I'm sending you through the email. He sent me through the email, and the email was basically, send us XRP and we will send you back 30% more after 5 days. And my brain went into meltdown. I realised that it was an arbitrage scam. I thought it was an arbitrage scam done by a mod of Pundy X. So went straight into my, hi Bob, went straight into my X wallet, and it was empty. So the money that or the coins that I'd moved over ready to send to Bitrue were still there, were on one side, and then I had some coins that I was staking for somebody else, and they'd taken both sets in that couple of minutes. I went in, changed my password, too late at that point. It was gone. Went back onto Telegram, tried to play it, but I'd noticed that the coins had gone. And he said, well, you know, we've taken your coins as part of the deal. The segregator, you just need to add your XRP to it. And I was sitting there thinking, yeah, okay. Play him along a little bit, see if he will put, I said, well, put my coins back and we can talk about XRP. The Apundi X aren't mine. It's not my money to play with. So you need to put it back in. Obviously, he's not going to. I just had to try. And then after about half an hour, and he was still trying to get my XRP at this point. So after about half an hour, I sent him a rather nasty message, basically cursed him, and realised that I was never going to see it again. Spent 2 days crying because it really was. I felt so stupid. I absolutely felt so stupid. It's because it was done. It was done over a longer period of time. I mean, it was about, I don't know, nearly 2 weeks. So you forget that you've given them your email address, and you forget that you've given them the telephone number. So when he come back and said, need to make sure that you are who you say you are, do security, I'm going to send you a 4-digit number, because I hadn't ever gone into X Wallet to take money out. I'd only gone over and moved the coins across. So I'd only done it once. So I didn't know the security on it. So it didn't occur to me that I was giving him the codes that he would need to access the account in the first place. Because I just left it there. It's just one of those things. Just one of those things. So, and yeah, Chip, karma is a bitch. And God pays back without money. And that man, I hope he shits razor blade someday. I really do. You know, it's I got in touch with Apundi X, and they said there was nothing they could do. That basically, because it was smart contracts, they couldn't take it back, but they had blacklisted his address that it went to. Yeah, Jason, we need to do a live stream together. Yeah, so basically they said that there was nothing they could do. So I thought, right, I've got his XRP address. So I took that to one of the Mr. H, who then put me in touch with somebody else. I can't remember his name, but really nice guy. And then Rue had a look at it for me as well, and managed to work out which exchange it's on. I've sent an email through to the exchange to see if they would do anything about it, but highly doubtful. Police here don't really want to know about it. Tried speaking to them, they said I'll just log it online. So Apundi X said contact the police and Interpol. So yeah, so there's nothing, there's no money gone through the XRP account. So it's obviously just sitting there waiting for some idiot to send them something. But I was aware of the arbitrage, and I wouldn't get scammed on the arbitrage, because that's something that somebody else has shared that they got caught out on. But obviously, you know, they turn around and say to you, don't give your keys to anyone, don't give your codes out to anyone. But I thought I was talking to a mod, so it never occurred to me. You know, it's quite normal when I do some buying online with my bank account. it's quite normal for them to send me a code to tap in to approve the purchase online. So, right. So on the back of that, the positive things. So the certain members of the community cheered me up. Chip, thank you. And RTB, you know, it's you know, couple of people actually sent me coins to not to make up for it. You can't make up that amount of money, but to cheer me up, and it really worked. It did at the time. I was heartbroken. Now I'm angry. You know, the stages of grief that you go through. So basically, hi Kim, AJ. On the back of that, I sat down and I was having a conversation with somebody. I'm sure it was Rue, and basically they turned around and said that it's really easy for someone to replicate your phone. I didn't realise how easy it is to replicate the phone, but it got me thinking. So on a previous stream, when I'm talking about all these different phones that I've got, hey Tina and Sifu, all these phones that I've got, well, I've got numbers and email addresses. So now what I've done is I've designated numbers and email addresses. So I've gone back into all the exchanges. I've changed all my email addresses over to an unknown email address, so not used anywhere else except for crypto now. I've then got a separate email address that I now use for just my banks. So I've swapped over to that one. And then my normal email account that is out there for all the world to see, that's just for social media. And that means that even if they go into my social media and get my email address, they cannot find their way into any of my accounts, monetary accounts. And because I've split my bank accounts and my crypto accounts across 2 different emails and telephone numbers, it makes life a lot simpler. Apart from when you're outside the house, you need access. And being unemployed, I think, is going to make it easier for me to do it. If I was working, my phones don't leave the house. They're in a box locked, and I leave them alone. I go in once a day to do my freebies, and basically I've managed to designate. So I've split, and I think it's really important for everybody to maybe think about doing the same thing, because I did use my one email address for everything, because you do automatically. It's the one that's on your phone. You get it. It's there. It makes life a lot simpler. So basically, what you can do is by splitting the email addresses and the telephone numbers, what you can do is you can limit the access that hackers can get hold of. So, you know, my email addresses don't touch my my laptop. So if somebody hacked into here, they wouldn't be able to find my email addresses because they're only on my phone. And I've got pieces of paper on the back of the phones is the email address and the telephone number. I've literally written it out, and I've taped it to the back of the phone so I know which phone is which. And then I've got pieces of paper with all of the logins and passwords for all the different, so it's not even stored in the phone anymore. So it's, what it's doing is it's minimizing the risk that I've got. I mean, somebody would have to break into my house to get hold of anything, and you know, it's one of those things that would never have come up in conversation if I hadn't have got scammed. So my idea is that it is a blessing in disguise. because heaven forbid that somebody got hold of my XRP. You know, I don't have huge amounts. I have a lot less than most of you, and possibly more than some. But you know, it was 700 quid's worth of Pundy X. Well, you know, it's heartbreaking to lose it, and you know, that was my bills for last month, and I had to sell some other coins in order to pay them. But it's one of those things that maybe if it hadn't have happened, I would not be as diligent as I am now, and I wouldn't have split my access into the different registries that I've done. So just going to go through and have a look, because you've all been chatting while I've been talking. Patsy, hi. There are too many scams around, and I think that basically, Rose, I think that we should share. We shouldn't be scared of sharing. I mean, I couldn't talk about it. The first 2 days I just cried. Literally, I was absolutely heartbroken. I still haven't told my family. Still haven't told my family, and I probably never will. It is embarrassing, but it's Justin, call your mobile company and tell them not to accept port transfers by phone. Tell them you have to go into their shop with a password you set and with the relevant ID to port your number to a new provider. Does that work on the shadow when they copy your SIM or something? Because that's the conversation that I was having with, I'm sure it was Rue. Sincerely, Chip. Everyone should make attempts to be anonymous online for identity and banking protection. Good point, Crypto Bird Dog. I think that I should be more vigilant now, and I think that hopefully my sharing this will resound with some of you, and maybe you'll take steps to protect yourself as well. You know, it's one of those things that I don't think that there's ever a good reason for this sort of stuff to happen, but I think that when it does happen, that being able to help people to be more vigilant and maybe come up with some ideas on how much more vigilant they can be. I mean, I've deleted loads of the telegrams. I don't go into the telegrams. I'm more comfortable on Twitter than I am Telegram. I don't use Telegram that often. But I found that it was really helpful when I got stuck with my NEM, when I originally got stuck with my Pundy. It was one of those things that I kept up and tried to be an expert on too many things. Basically, if you're not used to a system, then it tends to go a little bit over. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it tends to go a bit over my head until I'm a bit more au fait with it. So until I become, I call it expert, but used to it, you know, running around the system, getting used to how it's set up. I didn't realise that you could have the same names on Telegram. Not a rock star at all. And, you know, the only good thing that come out of this is that if it can stop one person from getting scammed, then job done. I said that in one of the groups, and I actually honestly believe that. Telegram terms and conditions, you accept when installing Telegram anyone to contact your phone. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that. Yes, they are, SW, you are absolutely right, but I'm not saying that word. But yeah, I had a few choice words when I realised that it had happened. I was I was absolutely, mortified. Mortified. The first thing I thought was, oh my God. I mean, I had planted completely. Yes, I have a cold wallet, and basically I keep all my XRP on my cold wallet, and it's hidden. It's hidden somewhere that nobody would even think of looking. It's yeah. My nano is somewhere safe, really somewhere safe, and I don't actually I don't use it very often at all. I've put all of my XRP that I'm hodling on there, and nothing else. The only reason I haven't deleted Telegram was in case I needed access to that stream of messages with that scammer. I've deleted all of the groups that I was in and the groups that I've been added to. I think I only left Investment Perspective, the BitTrue VIP, and obviously the PundiX person, Git, that scammed me. But yeah, I go in there for the BitTrue VIP. That's it. Hey Danny. Oh no, it's GMT. It's you're thinking of EU time. I'm an hour behind EU. But if I wasn't on the VIP with BitTrue, then I would delete Telegram. But I've literally just go into that, and that's it. Telegram, think of Telegram like a different type of Twitter, YP. It's one of those. It's just a different form of social media. Yeah, well, Telegram, honestly, I mean, it's a den of iniquity. I mean, come on. I think that, James, I think that might be a really good idea. And I think that if we all got together and said to him, look, you know, maybe they should have but there's 75 people on Telegram, and the maximum you can have on Twitter is 50. So I don't know how that would work. Maybe if it was if it was a WhatsApp, then your number would get out there. So you can't really do a WhatsApp group. Don't know. I really don't know what the answer is to that, James. Which platform could we use? It's I don't know. I mean, Facebook isn't really an option. I think I might say to him, look, you know, to BitTrue about setting up a VIP group. Maybe there's a way. Yeah, that's the problem, sincerely, George. It's basically that's how I got scammed, because the guy was I thought I was talking to the mod. I actually checked to make sure that it was exactly the same as the mod from previously that I'd seen actually in the chat, and it was exactly not just the same picture, the same name. I didn't realize in Telegram that you can have the same name. You know, at least on Twitter, you can't have exactly the same name. It's something slightly different. So, and when you think you're talking to a mod, you think you're talking to somebody who is part of the company. Group email chain. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Maybe there's a way. Oh, YP, I'd like to get my hands on this guy. The trouble was, I didn't get flagged until that email come in, and I realized that it was from a no reply at PundiX.com, the email. So they've gone to a lot of trouble on this. But it didn't have any of the logos or anything like that. So, and it mentioned XRP, which I wouldn't have expected from a PundiX place. But basically I lost my thread of thought now. But basically, the whole thing on Telegram is just, it's too easy to get scammed, and I think they need to change something. I do think they need to change something, but I think the exchanges need to come off of Telegram if they can. I mean, it's there's got to be something else out there that you can police better, or Telegram needs to change the way they do it so that you can not have somebody with exactly the same name. Oh yeah, I was saying about the YP. Yeah, I wanted to kill him, but I didn't actually. I only realised after that he'd taken my pundy and we were in conversation, and he called me Ma, M-A. Now, if it had done that and slipped up before that, I'd have realised that he wasn't who I thought he was, because Ma is something that is an African thing, I think. Trying to get Boo to smile, laugh even once. I'm always laughing. AJ, plenty of fish, Tinder and Grindr. Right, well, I got Tinder and I got plenty of fish, but I haven't got Grindr. So Crypto Sifu, you can code a nearly airtight IRC network. What's IRC? Don't forget Tumblr. Cecilia George, record it and post it. Dangers of posting your personal ID info online. I get notifications from my AVG all the time that says, your information is on the web, on the web, but my information is on the web because I run a business. So I've got an email address linked to my business. So I have to have it out there because people need to be able to get in touch with me. So, but yeah, that would be an interesting one. Cover that tomorrow, George. Yeah, I think we need to get a little bit more, especially with the sorts of growth that we're expecting over the next X amount of months or years or whatever it is that we all believe. Not a financial advisor, but basically, if we could get some more informative videos out there so that newbies coming in can actually maybe be able to go somewhere where this sort of thing, they could, how not to get scammed, or things to watch for, or anything at all. But basically, somewhere where it's an informative video that they can click on that will help them to understand the pitfalls of everything that goes on, and they'll think of new scams. I mean, these people that got me, I mean, they've obviously got a domain, a PundyX domain, pundyx.com domain, and set the email up with it. So they are quite organized, and it was done over a very slow period of time. So they're not frantically trying to scam you, and if they can't scam you, moving on to the next one, because he came back time and time and time and time again. Hey RTB, you missed everything. I'm just talking shit now. Basically, I talked about the scam. You have to go back and watch it at a different time. But yeah, Chris, you need to change your name, hun. So just saying. Nice one, Crypto Bird Dog. Great minds think alike. So yeah, it's one of those things that we need to be aware of, and maybe we need to share the shit out of this video. I'm coil enabled, so it might help me get back some of the stuff that I've lost anyway. But yeah, if we can start to do more informative things, I think, and just concentrate on that and not anything else, and just find a way of pointing people in the right direction. Chip, you're putting together a actually, yeah, you're putting together a website. So basically, if that website had links to different YouTubers that have covered different things, like this will be, you know, one of the posts that could be put up on how I got scammed. Jason, we need to do a video on how you got scammed. You know, all these different people that have got scammed, if they share their story and how it happened and how it made you feel stupid, pathetic, embarrassed, you know, then that emotion will hopefully resound with some people, and they might make them more vigilant. You know, I was totally vigilant on the arbitrage stuff. So it's one of those things that resounded with me. Somebody got arbitraged, and you know, I know somebody that did, so I feel for them. Therefore, the emotion's there, so I'm vigilant about it. Whereas I wasn't vigilant enough to stop somebody from getting my information and my keys, my codes. So yes, we did. And you know, my name isn't out there because my name on this channel is not my actual name. So it's something. Yeah, well, Chip, I mean, it's one of those things that you could have like I don't know how many pages you're going to have or how many links you're going to put in, but maybe have a newbie, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, watch, you know, be aware. If you use Telegram, watch this one. If you use Twitter, use this one. If you've got coins, and have it by different YouTubers. So you've got different people giving different ways of talking to people. Because I talk differently to Sam I Am and Sincerely George, you know, and it's one of those things where it makes it interesting. It's not the same person talking at you all the time. The bird is Booba and Booba is Zerps. No, Zerps is in her cage. I wasn't going to sit here with her on my head just because, you know, having to run out the room and go and get tissues because she doesn't wear a nappy, obviously. No, she's not tame. She comes and sits on my head, on my shoulder, on her own, but it's something that she does because she wants to, not because I can put my hand in and then have her jump on it or anything like that. YP, I don't have smoke in the house, thank you very much, honey. Nowhere near, unfortunately. It makes your house stink. Told you to go before we left the cage. Oh, okay, hold on. Wait. This is Zerps. So, she doesn't know she's on the TV. Better. Separate phones for internet only. It's very challenging. Yeah, that's what I've done, CBD. New cleaning service. Cut the mohawk. She doesn't talk. It's a female, so she doesn't talk. What you doing? What you doing? He's a good girl. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? If I leave her there long enough, basically she comes down to here, and then she tries to open the gate, but she can't actually open the gate enough to get her head out to push it up. She hasn't worked that one out yet. I doubt whether she will, but she's very attentive. What you doing? But she's Crypto Popo. Yes, she's a female that doesn't talk. The males are the only ones that talk with the cockatiel. The females don't. What you looking at me like that for? Come in. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Oh, Tina, the puppy? No, that's so sad. Okay, so I think that on that note, I shall leave it there. You can be looking at the bird, and I will I will leave that as it is. I've got a bunk bed. I've got a bed to take down. A brand new double bed. Go figure. To take down. And that's going to my sister's. And then I've got the bunk beds to put up. And then I can take a picture, send it through to the agency, and I'm going to take in foreign students for now. And if you want to know some really good news, I bought the bunk bed this morning, and I picked up a mattress this afternoon. And the gentleman that I picked the mattress up from works for Money Advice Service. And I was talking to him about the fact that I'm finding it very difficult to get a job in financial services down here. And he's emailing me through some contacts for the Money Advice Service, the TPS pension service, and another one he was talking about that they're involved with. And basically, what they're going to do is they need people who know about things like pensions to be able to talk to people about it. So what they're doing is they've got to get out to I think it's 2 million people and talk to them about their pensions. And they're looking for people in citizens advice bureaus and those 3 different agencies, possibly working from home, possibly working from offices, to be able to speak to people and tell them all about their options with pensions and things like that. So it's a lead. She wants to come out, look. So basically, yeah, I'm going to be sending through my CV to those people. So there's a chance that I could have a job working from home, which will be even better. And then I had some people that came in to see my house a couple of days ago that really loved it. And I mean, really loved it. What you doing? You can't lift it. No, you can't lift it. It's stuck. It's part of the cage. That bit doesn't move. That bit doesn't move. No, you can't lift it. It's too heavy. And you definitely can't lift it if you've got your foot on it. She's a stupid bird. So yeah, so there's just maybe an opportunity coming up, and I'm really excited about that. And it is really weird because it's amazing what happens when you put your mind to something. You put it out there that you want to be able to get a job or things like that, and I can't find anything on Indeed or anything like that. And then lo and behold, I go and pick up a single mattress from a guy who's clearing out his parents' place, and it actually works out that he's in pensions himself. So, but in a completely different sector, and it's helping people. So it's to do with charity. It's about giving everybody access to people that can explain about pensions, about their options at retirement, everything that I do. So basically, yeah, this is the door. She's desperately trying to get out. So yeah, so basically, it gives me a little bit of hope that I can have some. What would be fantastic is if my house sells, I get a job. The kids, the kids actually will, after the first week, that pays for all of the bedding and the beds and everything like that. So that's fine. When that's another income stream coming in. I mean, you'll love this, George. You will absolutely love this. Let me show you, because I'm going through. Because I've got loads of clothes and shoes and all that sort of stuff. And my mate, she basically turned around and said, well, do you wear them? And I went, no, I've got shoes I've never worn. I just bought them because they're pretty. So guess what I'm putting up for sale? How about that, George? So never used, never worn them. And I'm sticking them up for about 50 quid. They are amazing. I can't walk in them. I can't walk in any heels. But yeah, so I'm different income streams. My friend actually turned around and said, sell something every day. And I'm like, really? And she went, well, if you can sell something every single day, then you've got an income stream coming in. So the more that you actually, the more that you can put it out there that you want money coming in, like attracts like, you're putting out that you need money. So you're actually selling something. So you're giving out that energy that you are going to be going to receive it. So basically, just saying. So I said, right, okay, well, if I put up £50 worth of sales stuff a day, that's £250 a week, with weekends off, and that basically is all my mortgages done in a month. So yeah. Oh, we got something called Shpock, and it's free. It's like eBay but without the bidding. So yeah, so it's just little things you can do. I mean, I'm not destitute, don't get me wrong, and it grates me to have to sell coins every now and then, but needs must. It's my backup is my coins, but I already have a tenant. I have my other house, so I've got rent coming in from that. So I'm not destitute or anything like that. I just resent having to sell coins because I want to keep hold of them. And yeah, and literally, it's one of those things that didn't even occur to me. Didn't occur because I don't class myself as somebody who buys and sells. It's not me, but yeah, I mean, I've accumulated. I've got stuff in the loft that I put in the loft because I don't use it, don't need it, but I never actually, because of some of it's still got tags on. So I think, oh well, at some point in the future, maybe I'll fit into it. And it's stupid. I'm holding on to things. I mean, I like clear, right? You've seen my room. I like it very clear. I don't like a lot of clutter at all. I'm very feng shui, and but I'm an impulse buyer. You wouldn't believe. There's some of the shit that I buy, and I either give it away or I buy for other people. Something different, AJ. But it's one of those things, and I just sat and thought, shit, So here's me sitting there saying, I've got no income. I've only just got enough money to pay my bills, or, you know, and I have to think twice about even going down and buying a bottle of wine at the moment, because I don't want to sell my coins. And I thought, well, stuff it. I've got a whole cupboard of shoes I can sell. Half of them haven't been used, and I'll never wear them. I mean, I would break. I've got weak ankles now, so I can't actually physically wear heels, which is why you will always find me 10 months of the year. You'll find me in flip-flops. And, you know, I'm 50 years old. Go figure. Yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't have to look good. You know, I don't have to. Chucky, how you doing, honey? But yeah, I don't care what I look like or anything like that. I just need to feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. So yeah, I'm going to be selling loads and loads and loads and loads of shoes. And basically what that means is that I possibly will be able to start buying coins again. And if my house sells, I'm going to buy loads of coins. But there you go. Patrick Perrine. Hi, honey. Has anybody else come in that I haven't actually said hello to? Is there anyone I haven't said hello to? Because I'm just about to say goodbye. Well, George, you challenged me. And to be honest, I will always take the challenge. There's only one thing that I will never. I'm like Bob. I'm game for anything. And ask Angel, right? Angel Connie. I am game for a laugh. I'm game for anything. The only thing I will never, ever, ever do is cut my hair. Not even for charity. So I've spent too long growing it, and as you can see, I'm actually getting it to the point where I want it to be. So I will never, ever, ever cut my hair. But anything else you want to challenge me to do it? Raise money for charity? I'm there. I'm there. Okay. So I am going to send me some wine. No, you're all right. It's exactly, George. You know, it's the one thing that I actually like about myself. So it's a mop. It's an actual mop at the moment, but it's I've got really thick hair. But when it's straightened, it's better. But I had a shower and it's still slightly damp, so I can't straighten it yet. RTB, you've got the best. I mean, if you knew how much money that I had to spend, I don't know if anybody saw Tiff and what she was saying about the fact that, you know, it takes a lot of money to make your hair look to look that good. It's true. You know, it cost me £120 every 3 months to do my roots, and obviously I can't do my roots at the moment. So luckily my hair went almost white the last time she did it. It wasn't on purpose, but it means that because I'm 95% grey anyway, but I'm white grey, so it doesn't show as badly anymore. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm going for a laugh, and you challenge me for anything, SG, and I will step up. I will step up. And yeah. So where do we go? End up talking about hair. Anyway, right. I've been on for an hour. So Pat, very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Okay. In fact, no. This will get uploaded. Watch it. And then I don't have to go through it all over again. It hurts every single time. Trust me. I've got a smile on my face, but inside I'm really angry. So I've gone past the crying stage. But yeah, being scammed is not the best thing in the world, but I'm turning it into something positive. So it's a case of anything that can be got from it, and if it helps anybody else, then I will ask you to share this video if you don't mind. And obviously I've got 15 people in. 2 of you haven't actually pressed the like button, so if you could, that would be great. Chris, no, your name has not changed now. Family hug. I do the best bear hugs. But I've now got, oh, hold on. I've got 15 people in. I've got 18 likes. 16 people in with 18 likes. What happened? You might have to, because you're in, you might have to come out and then go back in, Chris. So thanks, Pat. That's rather nice. No, it's Lingham. 19 likes, 17 people in. No, 19. Yeah. So anyway, listen. I've done an hour. That's enough. I'm gonna go. But thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for nobody actually saying I told you so, because that would have just tipped me over. But if anybody ever needs to ask anything or needs me to talk to somebody or anything like that, perfectly happy to do so. And like I said, Chip and RTB, thank you so much for what you did. You cheered me up no end. It put back, I was feeling a little bit that against humanity at that point. You know, I very nearly just switched everything off and would have walked away, because it destroyed me for a couple of days. But anyway, that's all gone now. I've gone from emotional to angry. So I will say good night to anybody that's in the evening. I'll say good morning to anybody that's in the morning, and good afternoon for the rest of you. All right then, people. You take care. Bye. Chris, XRP. Yes, you got it. It's done. See you later. Bye.